Voidlego here, back for a brand new episode of Elysium. Last time we're on, we started off day 3, and the whole nature of this crime has completely changed. We met up with two mysterious RCM officers that actually showed up and won't explain to us what they're doing here at all to us, even though we should probably know them, yes, but still haven't explained themselves at all, so I don't know who they are. I could guess that the guy in sunglasses is perhaps the captain of Precinct 42, maybe, or was it Precinct 42 or 41? Can't quite remember. I think it was 41, but whatever. And also a kind lady that we heard from once back in like part 2 of she caring about us. But anyway, besides the point. So make a long story short, is we talked to Titus over and over again. We managed to crack him. We talked to Carice as well. And basically what the story comes down to is that the Colonel wasn't hanged by the Hardy Boys. It was actually a cover. The Colonel was actually shot from the rooftop through a window by someone. We don't know who that someone is. Most likely, point of view that they shot him from was from the rooftop, as we discovered that there's actually a secret passage up to the rooftop in the back in the kitchen of the Whirling Wags, which was served as a pinball maintenance shop for a while. And so somebody shot the Colonel, and the Hardys decided, or no, the main culprit behind the cover-up is a woman named Ruby, who is also the person behind the drug trafficking throughout Marnay's, actually. And so we gotta, find out where exactly she is. And Titus, tried to tell us, but, Ruby never told him, because Ruby was actually afraid of Harry. She actually knew us beforehand. She was actually kind of afraid of us, which is quite a, bold statement, because from all we've heard from our previous life, as Harry, we were just completely drunk in a stupor and suicidal at most. So why would Ruby be afraid of us is a interesting question to consider. But right now we are going to go down to the fishing village in order to check out where Ruby is, and alongside a whole bunch of other stuff. So yeah, let's get right into it, shall we? Now, before we go over there, there's still a couple of things I got to do. First of all, I got to call in about the serial number on the armor that the Colonel once wore beforehand. So let's go ahead and do that.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
Okay, pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by
She looks at her notes.
Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt sur la Clé in 42.
42, okay.
It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Iranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
Guessing one of its names is Colonel.
Yes.
She seems
That
to
is
have
the
guessed
most
it.
recent name the ICP has been able to connect to the CVP. And the one before it was Downwell. I also have one called Sediment, but I think that might be a different contractor. No, they work with
Here,
Sediment
people.
and somatosensor, it seems. All that during the last 9 years.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person to whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Very nice. Okay. Actually, can I contact the 41st?
Just a moment.
I want to know who the hell these two officers are.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
Okay, I guess not. Never mind.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Those words become silent again. The radio microphone resting on its hook. Also, one thing I want to pull
metallic
out.
drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Let's take the hand-cranked flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue. Blue.
Since we're going down to the fishing village and it seems like the poorest part of town, we might need this.
Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Okay, push it
Pull-out
in.
toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge.
Alright. Good stuff. Let's check our notebook real quick. Won the number back in the day. Okay, good stuff. Close the water walk. We gotta get the signatures for Everhart as well. A breeze flashlight bearing the logo of Grunstone RAO. The small dynamo packed inside this handheld illumination device theoretically gives you the ability to produce a tiny amount of electricity anytime, anywhere. How useful. Alright, let's go, Kim. We gotta move our asses, damn it. Move. Oh, hey. Got ourselves some workers here. Oh, looks like bridge is finally dry. Actually, no, I gotta close this first. Oh, missed it. Damn it.
A rusting control panel with loose
Pull the
wire.
lever again.
You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then, the water lock starts moving.
Bingo bongo, baby. That's how you do it. Simple as pie. The old rusting machines.
All right, we can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain and drums.
Yep. Let's head off, Kim. Ooh. Got a radio tower here. Radio relay hums with electricity. Oh, what's this? Some dollars? Take those. Gotta need all the money I can get here. Okay, now we're in a brand new world, huh? Let's check out some of these dots real quick. Breaker box to power the radio pylon above you. Maybe something inside. Hey! Nice. Who would weave money in a fucking power box? Yeah. This is probably homeless bitch. Alright. Ooh. Oh, what's this? Why is the road blocked off here? Let's check it. Sign that says no entry. Someone scribbled an inverted star in it. Traffic beyond the gate. More abandoned royal motorways. Alright, well, let's head off then. Aha, here we go. Someone has broken down the fence and the barbed wire. Alright, let's head into town, shall we? Ooh, swing set. Swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. More money? A lot of money just flying around here. Gotta keep your change in your pockets, folks. Glory, says the graffito to the ghost of us. What's this over here? Ooh, more money. God damn. Who the hell is weaving all this money around? Let's see what this is. Someone's left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Alright, well. We have to head down here. Let's see. Oh, looks like we're in the backyard of an apartment building. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess we gotta circle around, fortunately. Let's see here. Footsteps. Creaking ahead, a broken axle grinding. Oh, shit! Well, found our motorway. Ooh. Guess I'll take that. Well, son of a bitch, once you look at this.
A banged-up motor carriage lies half-submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water.
Indeed.
The seawater has already started to corrode the metalworks.
Been here for a while.
Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
This is where the tracks in the plaza were leading to.
It appears to be so.
Lieutenant has a peculiar look in his eyes as he inspects the wreckage. Let's investigate.
I agree.
Lieutenant,
We should
Price
definitely
never
investigate.
seen
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea.
Run your hand over the cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
Indeed.
A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
What does the make of this MC? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet.
He means for it to be
My guess
contained
is
water.
it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Lines up with our cover-up.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Well. Looks like Jacob Irwin's journey came to an abrupt end here.
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Cree. Enough gloating. Serious.
Yes, quite.
The lieutenant seems to be expecting you more closely than a motor carriage. What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket. A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyriders district and likes blue and white racing livery, like a cop would.
Yeah, maybe. How long will it take for the road tide to come in?
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so.
Jeez.
Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
72, I'll take it. Whistle a tune.
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill.
Aw.
Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and the sunken car. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Tide sure is taking its sweet time.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces. But I suppose it could move quicker, yes?
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
If you have to side with either the strikers or the shipping company, who would you choose?
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
But if someone puts a gun to your head.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Squint your eyes and say, is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for,
Yeah.
but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
Tommy 41. I hate I hate guessing. District something. A precinct. Something municipal. Liberty Temples. You getting horrible at. District something. Precinct something municipal. Oh, getting horrible.
The precinct. Yes.
He tilts his head and
The
cools
police
in a soft
precinct.
voice.
Precinct 41. Your precinct.
Wait, is this my fucking car?
A massive pit opens up in your stomach.
Oh
and the most
my
terrible
god.
feeling comes over you.
Is this my fucking motor carriage?
No. Just no. Say no to this, Harry.
No.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
Oh my god, it's mine? I drove my car to the sea?
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
They're not gonna take me back after this. They're not gonna take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines.
Shouldn't you?
Training a police officer is even more costly.
God. Things were going so well. We were just whistling merrily.
You can still whistle.
Genesis with a
Besides,
smile.
the night is always darkest before the dawn.
Thank you, Kim.
At least we have a pretty good suspect. If we found your motor carriage in the sea, maybe we'll find her too.
Maybe I was in the pursuit of someone.
Of whom?
Tim
I
looked
don't
skeptical.
think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
Well, at least I can see what's in there now. God damn, it's my fucking car.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
Oh, it was my own fucking motor carriage. Oh my god. Let me heal myself up. Son of a bitch. Maybe I can find my badge finally, huh? Because it's in my fucking car I drove. Bottle, drained of all its booze, as fares into this ice. Ice just off the coast, cackles. Well, there's my badge. And hey, here's my RCM jacket. Items. Cruise. Interact. Thick blue piece of acrylic, covering a thin leaf of paper with the officer's name and rank on it. Next to the writing, you see a man stare back at you. A younger version of you. Already disintegrating inside, but still presentable on the outside. A black uniform jacket with RCM signature, white rectangle, its white sleeve and backside. Letters inside the collar read LTN2JFR. The jacket is of exceptional quality, other than some minor wear and tear. You know what? I guess... maybe empathy. Maybe I should put on these pants. You know what? I'll put on the jacket. Covers me up a bit more, but... No, I'll wear it for a little bit. Son of a bitch, man. Son of a bitch, I found my...
This is it. The scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it.
Hold up. Don't you mean the scene of the crime?
Not as such. I'm talking about what came after the party scene.
Yeah, sure does look like a lot of folks partied here.
Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
Hey, Kim. Looks like we had a couple of partygoers here.
Looks like it.
So some kind of theater to them. Circus production by a great crown.
Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Tim adjusts his glasses.
Somehow, he doesn't want to dwell on it.
Well, I finally found my fucking badge, so that's great, you know? Can I finally look at it?
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Found my badge.
At least something good came out of all this.
Tim glances at the badge in your hands. Study the badge.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information, and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge.
Ah.
Good choice. A newer photo would look different.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's winking. Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Rank LTN2JFR?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is it, Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
Okay, but what's W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
I declined it.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect.
Huh.
And sometimes
He
they just
continues.
prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Let's, do compage.
Decomptage is the hierarchical
Decompage.
system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
What kings?
Kings like satellite officers and the additional freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
So you've been putting up with me because we're of the same rank. You know what? Thanks for explaining all this.
My pleasure.
Turn back to the
Such a
document.
small yet precious thing, expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads,
Date of issue 7th of November 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter.
4 months ago, huh?
A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
you're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you, of that you are sure.
It's always winter.
I remember that time! That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened, man? Pump it up!
Serial number.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Of course, always gotta have numbers.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from your memory.
Put the badge away. Well, we did it. We got it. My god, we fucking got it, folks. We got the goddamn badge finally. Alright, now, let's see. Let's unlock a new font. Yep. Then, what should I get? This is 7 hours. I don't want to do this one. Self-critique. Maybe we should go for date of birth. Yeah, let's go with date of birth, since that doesn't really doesn't hurt us at all. Okay, well, that's one mystery solved, folks. The mystery of my drunk ass fucking going down there. Jeez. There's a boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. Let me just zoom out here. Bunch of footsteps. Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. Well, here's the poorest part of Martinez. The other side of the boat has recently been tarred. Oh, hey. Finally a citizen. Ooh, quick travel? Hey, not bad. Cool. Well, before we investigate that box, how about we talk to this nice woman?
Hi, officer.
A woman in a raincoat stands on the quarry, considering an overturned boat. A sword and a scabbard hangs from her hip. Damn.
Anything I can help you with?
That depends. Where are we exactly?
A fishing village on the seashore.
She looks
This
around.
place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
The wind rattles her earrings. I really like her earrings. I like fishing hooks or fishing bait. I've got questions. First is, what's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker.
She gestures towards the fish nuts.
I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts. Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Nice sword. Point at the saber on her hip. Does it come with a story?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story.
She smiles her own joke.
It's to intimidate folks, mostly.
It is imposing. Not.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
What do you need? Intimidation tactics.
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me,
She adds
men
tittering.
need a lesson in manners from time to time.
So, where are all the men now?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed.
She looks down.
And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Where's your husband now?
Gone.
Gone where?
To the waves.
Her eyes stop in yours.
The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Oh, say no more. Wait for her to continue.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
Time really is the best cure for sorrow, isn't it?
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy.
Crosses
I
arms.
buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
She glances at the village where 2 little kids are playing with what looks like walks.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Do it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
I'm looking for someone. Maybe you can help.
Let's see.
She tilts her head.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for missing cryptozoologists. She frowns,
I
thinking.
don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People who look for animals who are hard to find.
Aha!
She
Like
claims.
snowmen.
Snowmen. Never knew about those.
2 old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Where do they go? Wait, the like?
Right.
She
Not
nods.
only snowmen, also green men, monkey men burning rhinos. You get the picture.
Oh, you're getting it. It is gorgeous.
Where do they go?
I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading.
She points no.
Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
I'm looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighborhood.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Very recently, over the past few days. She might have arrived on Friday.
Oh,
She looks slightly
I've
disappointed.
been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
Really?
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out.
Faint
Maybe I
smile
can
once
help you
across her
find
face.
someone else.
Okay, that's it. I'm not looking for anyone else right now.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
I was asked to get your signature, Everett's
Are you?
envelope. Her eyes dart back and forth in paper.
This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
Everett's planning to turn some of the village into a youth center.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that.
Her voice trails off.
She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea.
Thoughts what exactly?
That Everard and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves.
She shakes her head.
Well, I guess Union members have children too.
And those members have a vote when electing the head of the local chapter.
Here's my pen. Give her your pen.
He has a pen and everything.
She takes it from you, doubtful look in her eyes, clicks it, places the tip on the paper.
Here you go.
Thank you. Take it back.
You're welcome.
She sighs with a little nod. What do you do around here?
Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I'm tarring a little skiff.
Is that enough to make a living?
Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given up. The sea is full of surprises.
Yeah, depends on how you look at the sea.
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her. This is what is called a conversation.
Yeah.
You don't have to be guarded right now.
I mean, yeah, that's interesting. What have you found?
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Human, animal, fish, other odd sea creatures. A mine washed ashore once.
Damn, mine.
Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general.
Drugs
Most of
at
the
the
time
beach.
it's just wood and glass.
So this is pretty much like a kind of garbage dump, huh?
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
I need to know about those human bodies. A mine? I need to know about those human bodies.
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer.
She shakes her head.
I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch.
Yeah. Maybe stay clear of the things reminded her of the floater she used to be married to.
Oh no.
Just saying.
Heroic. She needs to go on a date with another drunk badly. So I take it that's your skiff? Point at the overturned boat.
Sure is. The sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Alright, be seeing you then, Wayne. Alright. What are these doing in the fish? Swear to God, if it's more money. Oh, it's just boots. Cavalry boots. Ooh. Some cavalry boots indeed. Ooh, +1 perception. Let's check out what my shoes. +1 composure. How's my composure actually? My composure is about 4. I guess I can do less with composure. My perception's pretty good, so I'll put these on. Good old calf-length cavalry boots. Mount that horse and ride into the night. The heel comes in handy too. Definitely makes you some good 5 centimeters taller, but it could be that you're also making you sharper, more perceptive to your surroundings, now that you've gained a new perspective. Okay. Here we go. Here's all the right marks and stuff like that. Check out the done. Just get rid of the notification. Okay, well. We have ourselves another boat and a woman. Hello there. Planks creak beneath your weight. Water to the ocean. The water reads to a school of fish swimming in the culp.
I'll just keep the Cordeleche in the channel.
Oh, hey,
if
Joyce.
That's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds morning wine around a post.
Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detectives.
She fastens the end of the line around the post and strains her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
I guess that's what that fast travel comes in, huh?
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordeleche red. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
Oh, the other lady. Forgot her name.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder abuse?
That's just Cindy being... That's just Cindy being Cindy. You can ignore her.
It's just as well. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept of rent.
So how do you like it here? Look around.
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze towards the village, slush melting under cinder blocks, construction work left half-finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
She squints her eyes. Oh boy.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
Try not to be scared. This is just how the... I mean, well... It's all your fault. Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
She leans against the railing, looking up at the grey sky.
It's early spring, and the rains are coming. An officer enters a low hut of stone and wood. Inside, weapons are piled against the walls. Rifles with splintering stocks.
Whoa.
And swords. Tens, if not hundreds. They're antiques, says Lieutenant John, the archetype McCoy, to his partner. They're digging them up from the catacombs now, fixing them. Old caches from the revolution.
I have to say, I got a comment last episode of someone mentioning how their playthrough differs so very greatly from mine. And I have to agree, even though I haven't seen any other Let's Play, because I want to keep this my own. I want to, experience everything, have my own thoughts about this game. This is a very, very, distinct game. You can make 1,000 different choices. For example, this, Esprit de Corps. Because I have such a high Esprit de Corps, I'm able to get these little scenes that probably other players will never get because they just don't know. They don't have enough Esprit de Corps. And I find it very fascinating how large this game is. How really large it is and its distinct choices. For like last episode, I made like 3 checks, right? Like in a row, and I managed to succeed all of them. If I even failed 1 check, I would have probably left the building last episode, but I didn't. Because I succeeded in all those checks, I was able to get to the cover-up of the Colonel. So this game is just so fucking, it's large. It is a very large game with a million different pathways, which I love. I love when games are so, like, each playthrough is kind of like your own. Anyway.
The children carry them up. Come May, the streets will be flooded. Outside, the wind rattles the loose hatches, flooded with cheap weapons in angry hands.
Ooh.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
The wind picks up. Her raincoat flaps in the gust. This island?
No, they're in Celindian, Isla.
No, you haven't told me how they found it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion, that's so me. 45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better, though.
I knew you would sympathize.
She nods.
Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day.
She crooks the scarf around her neck.
For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Tell me something else then.
Of course. I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. How can I help you at this juncture?
Show her your badge. Found my badge, by the way.
I love you did.
She inspects the piece of blue plastic, her eyes scanning from left to right.
She is memorizing your badge number.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Seaweed drips from the badge in your hand. It smells of fish. Well, thank you. That's all for now. Alright, well, also my shoes. They may have lost some of their luster over the years, but these green crocodile leather shoes fit you perfectly. Alright, that's enough around here. We have to find the second person. This boat is floating freely in the water. Unmoved. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, let's try to get the other signature for Everard so I can get my gun. A little more money. Door. It's locked tight. Well, so much for that. Can't see into the window from this angle. Oh, here we go. An old babushka lady, looks like. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot sujunti.
Welcome to the fishing village.
She opens her eyes.
Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Ah.
Then how does she know you're here?
If you can't see, then how did you know I was here?
I still have a golden ear. Come, come.
She beckons you towards her. Lean forward.
Oh,
Shadow passes over
welcome,
her
police
face.
officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
What kind of an ill omen are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
Huh.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Wait, I've been here before?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
She points to the building behind her. Whoa.
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him, and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place. Somewhere more quiet.
Prison.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
If I'm considered an ill woman, why hasn't anyone told me that?
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others.
So it's kind of abandoned, this whole village.
Ah, look at me ramble on.
She waves her hand.
What brings you to us?
Tell me about yourself. Who exactly are you here?
Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr...
Call me Harry.
Why, I guess I will, Harry. Aye, it just rolls off the tongue. I used to know a Harry. Strong lad, but dumb as a rock.
What happened to him?
He did too many narcotics. So many, he fell off his boat and split his skull on a buoy.
She wiped soap off her
Folks who
hands.
saw it say his head cracked open like a melon. Nasty, nasty.
Could have ended up like that. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
Okay, but do you know who I'm... Oh, okay. Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town.
She nods her
I
like,
know
what's
what
mine?
goes on around here.
Ah,
She's being evasive. She knows something.
indeed.
There was a murder in Martinez.
He points east.
She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now?
She turns
I
to
know
him.
how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
This isn't about the Union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation.
Ah, I should have known.
She shakes her head.
This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here.
I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
Huh.
I see, ma'am.
The lieutenant
I hope
turns
you
here.
don't mind if we look around anyway.
Ruby was here.
Yeah.
You know it. Ask her about lodgings.
Where could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
Her soapy thumb points to the building behind her. Don't know if I can afford another place to stay.
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
Wait, hold on. You're just giving it to me?
No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway.
She tilts her head on the
You
side,
can
pondering on
stay
something.
there.
Okay, I'll take it. Get keys to your new home.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the place.
A key appears from under her apron. She hands it to you. Huh.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you.
He looks
Here,
around and
in
adds,
the shack.
well,
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Should he? This environment encourages one thing, and one thing only. Drinking.
yeah.
Finally, you have those lamos of Martinez off your back, Bratan. This looks like a great place to bring chicks.
Shut up, necktie. What is in this fishing village?
Just us.
She sounds
It's
tired.
barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place.
She
A
grins.
gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Who else lives in this village?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east,
She nods her head close.
but they are away right now.
Huh.
And then there's the drunks.
She sighs.
Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
I met Winnie in already.
Lillian is tough.
She nods.
Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left.
I haven't seen any drunks yet, though.
Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself.
She slowly shakes her
Don't
head.
have to look long to find these guys.
There's gotta be something up here. Tell me.
Over there, you
She
can
waves around
find
southwest.
more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
The pox. What's that?
An old military hospital and its surroundings.
Huh.
Or it
She
used
looks
to
towards the
be
building to
during
south.
the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see.
What happened to the hospital?
The goodwill ran out.
She turns
The
the scarf around
staff
her neck.
left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
This place is pornographically poor, I guess I'll
The
just say
lack
that.
of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance.
The woman smiles cryptically.
Riddles.
Luton marks
Fits
her
with the
looks around.
general ambiance here.
Yeah.
Aye.
Her eyes
Sometimes
goes wide
it's as
quickly.
though I'm also gotten lost inside this nameless nothing.
I'm lost too.
Oh,
Her expression
it
betrays
seems to be a
curiosity.
common theme these days.
I think I'm in the process of finding myself again.
Isn't that what people always think when they are lost?
A fleeting smirk on
Something I
lips.
can do for you to find your way, officer?
Alright, there's another topic I'd like to address.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
What's further down the coast?
Not much.
She replies and
There's
wipes
the
her forehead.
abandoned church, the Dolorian Church of Humanity.
Huh.
It's been there since before my time, even.
Why is it abandoned?
Some things just don't fly, officer.
She smells a gap-toothed
Look
smell and smells
around.
air.
Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
Damn, 300 years.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes.
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open.
She frowns.
It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Get the feeling you're leaving stuff out. What else is going on?
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea.
She scoffs.
It started a few days ago, and now it's blasting even through the night.
Music.
And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church.
Oh?
I don't like that.
Interesting. You could look into this ruckus if you have the time.
What else is on down the coast?
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty.
Which is it then, apartments or electrical plant?
I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something.
She shrugs.
Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara.
Anything else of note?
Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed.
People want to come to a fish market here.
No one. That's why it's closed.
Such a long pause she
It was
has.
once a bustling place, back when I was young. And so was everyone else.
Everyone else, huh?
Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else.
That's it? It's gotta be more along the coast.
What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End.
Okay.
Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible.
Well, it is just a small village in the ruins of, like Marnay's, you know, but this even more undeveloped, huh?
And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
She drops a bar of soap into the bucket with a splash. I was asked to get your signature.
Eh? What's this about?
She takes out the
Come
document
now,
and squirts
I
her
can't
eyes.
read all this scribble. Tell me what it says.
Everard wants to turn part of the village into a little youth center.
Huh,
She whips
I
the paper
might be
close to her face and
half-blind,
says intently.
but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses.
Ah,
I see Lillian's name is already here. The girl is too trusting. Either way, I won't sign union papers.
she hands the envelope back to you. What do you have against the union?
I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises they never plan to keep.
She pulls a dark red rag out of the bucket and puts it back.
Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So, no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you.
You think I do? I just need to get my gun back.
In her mind, the Union is right-wing because Everard is fat. It's that simple, and there's no changing it.
Yeah.
She speaks with the authority of a leader. Hers is the final word around here.
Ah. Suggestion, eh? 42. Trust the tenant. Should I go for 42? Convince... It's a 42. It's a white check as well, so... Actually, do I have any quos? Actually... Okay, what's my suggestion at right now? Let me check. Where is it? I think it's down here. Oh, here it is. I'm looking everywhere else. What, fuck it, go for it. 42%. Long shot, but...
It's really in her best interest to listen to you. You know how the world works.
Isabel, you must understand. This place needs that construction project.
I've heard that pitch before plenty. Building this, building that, new jobs, new blood.
She shakes her head in disdain.
Somehow the people here always end up holding the short end of the stick.
I could try to ask Everard to pay you some money.
Were you dropped on the head as a kid? You can't live off a pittance for long. Do you know who takes the cream of these deals? Real estate developers, construction companies, restaurant owners, Claire's accountants in La Delta. Have some integrity.
Ow.
You're an officer of the law, not some fat slug's corrupt little crony.
Fortunately, because he has my fucking gun.
It's okay. She's emotional right now. Keep at it. We're around.
No.
You know, there could be another way. You'll need to go someplace private and discreet, though. Like your shack.
Goodbye, I'm off. Let's go into my shack, shall we?
The door has seen better days. The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
Unlock the shack door with the key.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement and look for any signs of Ruby. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the whirling in rags for the night. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Okay, come.
The key turns with a satisfying click. You can enter the shack now.
Alright, let's check out these new digs, huh? Yeah, it's One hell of a shack. You see waves, the sea, a church. Old science fiction magazines, books about bird watching, an almanac from 39. This intricate heat engine hums quietly, giving a pleasant warmth. The floorboards creak under your step.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move the board aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts.
Ooh.
A last resort. A bad idea.
Search through the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Single bullet.
A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber.
A bullet. Interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with.
A singular bullet, huh? Let's see here. Also this. A dented stainless steel canister for transporting and storing heavy fuel oil. The logo on its side has been particularly strict over years of use. The government issued red dyed fuel oil inside looks like paint, though it smells much, much worse. Huh. Single bullet. Ashtray.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red. Hair unkempt. Wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic.
Ooh, I could shave, but nah. Don't want to fuck up
An
my
old
hair.
mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression.
Can't do it. Another mirror. Jacket. Coverall jacket. This swanky checkered jacket flatters your form in a way that makes you feel the fun kind of serious. There's really nice roomy pockets too. +1 logic. Checkmate. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. But this gives me more bonuses, so I'll keep that on for right now. Okay, well I found a bullet, so that should it's not the greatest in your case. Inside you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering. Let me peel up my morale as well.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
She murmurs softly. Ah.
A bullet?
The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Yep.
Gone and hid things in there?
She shakes her head.
She's usually a good tenant. And not a stupid one either.
You went to the room to her.
Yes. I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a wag. After a long silence, her hands move into the water bucket. Some water swashes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
Her wrinkled
What
hand
has
needs
she
to be
gotten
wagged in water.
herself into? That girl.
Left, huh?
That's for the police to find out.
Tina takes out his familiar
Right
blue
then.
notebook.
Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
You said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Dogs.
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Kim, she must have heard your kinema.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine.
His voice is tinged
That's
with
the bad
pride.
guys know when you're coming.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No,
The truth, sire.
Okay. What is she like, Ruby?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman.
She rubs her cold
At
hands
my
together.
age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Oh no, I just had a weird thought. Nah, no, never mind. I was going to say, maybe Ruby's our wife, but like, no, she, from everything everyone's been telling us about her, she's a young woman, so.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
What do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back towards her shack, thinking.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye, do tell.
A seagull flies overhead. Obviously, a bad open. It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
The world.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No,
She
she's a
tilts her head to
fighter.
his side, looking up at you, deep in thought.
She really believes that.
Okay. But it's very interesting because Tommy also told us about her, about how she was kind of on the edge. Same thing from Titus as well. That Ruby was always on the edge after covering it up. Sure, she may be afraid of us, but what she thinks is she's a fighter, so. Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made.
She brushes her forehead with the back of her hand. Water drips to the ground.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
North.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know.
Her tone is without
She knows
malice.
the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up the coast we go, then.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater?
She drops the wagon
Seems
to the
like
bucket.
a better
cleans now.
idea to me.
No, you can do it. You still have plenty of juice in you before you drop. Behind the cinder block houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces. The wind calls.
Few more questions about Ruby.
What more do you want to know about that poor girl?
Okay, enough questions about Ruby.
Yes, let's hear those other questions.
She looks around as spring snow starts falling. White way in the fishing village. Goodbye.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting colder.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Look. The thing is, it's not... She did cover up a murder, yes. But it's not like she's the culprit. Street sign is illegible below the graffito. Oh, there's skids.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
You must be William's twins.
This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's Mum.
She brings the other one, tongue still tumbling out of his mouth. I already said that.
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. Wow, so intellectually stimulating.
Kids, have you seen any bad people around?
What bad people?
One of the twins looks up, his mouth slightly open.
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is gonna crack the case,
Says the lieutenant.
Then we're definitely...
You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Bye. Alright, very, very interesting. Now the thing is, Cindy told us that one of the kids, hard to see details, colors are warm and welcoming and cozy though. Told us that one of the kids have the gloves. For our trial for nothing really grows. Maybe in spring. Ooh. A waffled Groo's taxidermy. Can just take this? Oh, hey.
Hello, mister.
Young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She's looking at you with frank curiosity.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh,
She looks alarmed.
I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Had, huh?
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
Ruby.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
Then where are the gloves now?
I hid them.
She pouts.
The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye, as though searching for confirmation.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
He enunciates the last 2 words carefully.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part.
They're in my sandcastle.
She points somewhere outside.
Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
Do you know anyone named Ruby?
Luby. Raluby.
Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret.
My mom tells me I'm a big girl. But she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or like, sometimes I can. But then, Uller.
Kids.
Lieutenant shakes his head. Are you William's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily.
She gazes at you with
You know my
readers.
mom?
Yes, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great.
She nods.
She's never angry or anything.
Are the twins outside your brothers?
Yes.
She frowns.
They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside.
Jeez, taking care of 4 kids.
They look the same.
3.
Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? Said the same thing.
They look identical.
She slowly processes the world. It snickers with laughter. What's this? Show her the stuffed bird you took from the ceiling.
It's a grouse.
She yelps, smiling broadly.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the skewer you broke.
Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
What's that thing you're holding? Point at her toy.
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
She holds a fuzzy beast up to demonstrate.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lambie looks soft.
Yes. Very soft.
Suddenly she pushes a stuffed animal towards your face. Press your cheek against Lambie.
Isn't he soft?
Aw. She's right. Lambie is very soft. She rubs the white fur against your cheek, Then returns the lamb into her lap, cuddling it. Goodbye.
Bye!
The girl's large, curious eyes remained fixed on you. Man, the way this game writes the kids, it feels such like a good change of pace, you know? It really does. It really, like, we go from these big, you know, people that, you know, we work for that we don't trust, like, you know, Everart and Joyce, and, you know, what their businesses are, what their true motives are. And then we have these kids, and it's just like, it's just such a nice change of pace to see something so, you know, innocent in this, even though a very, you know, horrible situation of the poor section, they're still able to find joy within that, you know. That's why people love kids, because they can, you know, have such a innocent outlook on reality. It's just a very nice change of pace, and it really does warm the heart. You know, this game is just so good, really. It really is so good. Okay, well, I guess let's go break up the sandcastle, get the armored gloves. Let's see here. Also, we can... The dead body of a grouse stuffed with some unknown material. From a distance, might just pass off as the real thing. The bird itself looks extremely ruffled and slightly angry. Here we go. Armored quads. Moving the village. Explore the coaster sides. Take stuffed bird to Garte. Damn, there's just a lot. Alright, here we go. Let's dig this weather.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken.
The little castle?
Newton's
The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
Reaching the catacombs and pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Well then.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Indeed we are. Indeed we are. Hey, I can actually put them on. Ooh. Quenching and unquenching your fists has never been so fun. The tiny ceramic plates make a loving crickling sound when your fingers move. The gloves are a bit sandy, but the grip is phenomenal. +2 interfacing. Oh yeah, put those puppies on.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone down with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably.
Yeah, these are big fucking gauntlets.
Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
I will be responsible with this. This is just to protect me from harm, not to show off.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you.
This is the long sought-after enemy technology. Can't just enjoy it. I must study it.
Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Perhaps. It's a good idea to keep that in mind. It really hurts to punch this armor. A sword wouldn't weave even a scratch. A bullet would bounce right off. Still, there must be some flaw in it that would allow you to stand your ground against this dangerous enemy technology. You just have to figure out what it is. Possibly by being yourself while wearing it? Shooting yourself? Let's see. Well then. Should go up the coast then, shall we, Kim? Wheel? Blessing Weathersweet Masut. The hell is this? The weird tire of a motor carriage adorns these reeds. What is this little box? More money. Let me expand. Let's see what's around here. There's a sweat and concrete here. The syrup.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
What's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Kim, any idea what's down there?
No idea.
Takes his gloves off
Could
to
be
polish.
connected to one of the buildings around here.
Think we might find Ruby down there?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now.
5 times. Jeez.
In conclusion,
Puts his glass
she
on
could
there.
be under any building.
But not in there.
I hope
Since- Finish slow. Oh, I don't want to yell ho in there, so I don't want to be fucking Jim Duggan. Ho! Ah, so this is the church, huh? Broken phones. The way. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic phone. Damn, this is just a big fucking area. Dead phone, smashed receiver. Like someone hung up too hard. Yeah, we're gonna have to be jogging around here. Ah, here it be the church. Or a fish market, looks like. What's this? Looks like a rag.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a closer look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit
Ah.
and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
Might be a crew.
A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jacket?
Could have been multiple seagulls.
A poet could write 12 verses and still not begin to capture the profound vexation in that sigh.
Look, I'm sorry, Kim. Yume Neko has fucking fucked me up with the sound of seagulls. You know, it ends when the seagulls cry, Kim. It's all connected to seagulls, Kim. You don't
You
understand.
can still take it.
I mean, I'll take it, but... let's see, let's interact with this. The Sophie rag has been at the mercy of the elements for quite some time, streaked with seagull shit and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural processes. Can't even tell what brand it is.
As you hold
Inspect
it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Ugh. Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Ugh.
It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Okay, but what's the crust made of?
Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing.
Well, what happened when someone put it on the railing?
The crust is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun.
Ugh.
Who knows what happened to it then?
I'm just going to pretend I didn't think about any of this.
It's too late. You've already thought about it, and now your hands are covered in muck.
You, flick your hands.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Thank God I'm wearing gloves. Especially armored ones. Ugh. Alright. So, let me check my map, actually. See where the hell we are. Okay, so I think we're here. This is the fish market. Okay, so we're definitely here. Actually, let me check out my journal. Where exactly the shot came from. Check the boardwalk, yes. Okay, so I guess we can investigate that while we're around here. Makeshift roof. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. The tarp will keep out neither rain nor snow nor wind. Huh. Interesting. Couple coins over here. Let's see here. Nothing else. Present. More money. Okay. Let's take a look over here. More boxes. Coin-operated weighing machine has been used for a decade. Ooh. Mega Benos prescription lenses. Okay. Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. Okay. Looks like there's something over there. Okay. You know what? Let's just focus on the boardwalk for right now. Let's focus on this. Big wine canister. It's open and empty. Take a look at that clothing. Whose idiot idea was square and beige plastic frames anyway? Beige is not a color that does not look good on anyone. Not to mention that seeing the world through these exceedingly thick lenses feels almost nauseating. Isn't this the same fucking glasses from Office Space? Even though I haven't seen Office Space. Of the guy goes, my stapler, give me my stapler. I'm going to burn this building down. My stapler. Give me my stapler. I need to watch that movie. Is that it? Alright.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on, that is awful. Cover your nose.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That
Yep.
hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
Dead body.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. The signs of decaying meat. It announces itself from 24 meters away. A warning. A memento mori.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Careful there, for boys with one week.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
Huh.
No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
Lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from smell.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
Huh.
Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content.
Damn. Examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol.
A final meal, huh?
It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet.
Let me guess, he just drunk himself to death.
It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Alright.
A man lies on the boardwalk,
Jesus.
his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Jeez.
Hold on.
Lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer.
He stands up and
We need
shivers
to
as
investigate.
wind blows through the bomber jacket.
Another dead body. This is your job.
Alright.
Steel yourself.
Dead for 2 days, okay.
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Studies the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
Jeez.
This is what killed him.
Okay, so not drinking.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No. It's hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
It's up on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
Huh.
You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Oh shit.
He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Maybe he was drinking and just fell at the wrong angle.
Tear all around us.
He looks at 2 other bottles for and near the coin-operated viewer. Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Bribowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before.
Sure,
Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Really?
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
Step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
I really like how different this portrait is from other characters. The corpses have this more like... What's like... It's not detailed. It's just colored, except for the eyes. Look at the eyes right here. The eyes are so detailed, looking directly into your soul. Yet the rest of the image is big strokes of the paint. It gives it a very, like, I don't know, like more disturbing feeling of, like, this isn't a person anymore. It's a object, merely a corpse. Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
Wow.
A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark.
Just a bad fall. Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south the way he came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
This is an omen, a sign from above. Don't start drinking again.
He looks like me. Could have ended up just like him. Dead on some empty boardwalk with a bottle next to my corpse.
Well, at least you're not married.
Tin points at the ring on the man's left hand. Flesh around it is soul in gray.
Or, what if you are?
Was.
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Do you think he was drunk? Point at the bottle.
Oh yes.
Tin nods. What about alcohol poisoning, liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
Could it be related to the lynching, Ruby?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But keep it simple for now.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab.
He sure
It's
is.
probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
Right. Conclude.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
I mean, we found him. We should finish this.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Might as well just identify the body at least. Wouldn't know what his wife know at least. The coin-operated viewer's been out of order for years. Okay. Library card found from a pocket of the dead man on the Marnay's boardwalk. It's still slightly damp to the touch. Cover bears the stamp of Janmark Public Library. Huh.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53.
Oh, we got a name.
Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member.
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Good.
Take
We
some
should
note.
give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by.
Yeah. Put it away. Yeah. From everything, it just looks like a simple accident. Nothing more, nothing less. Moonshine, probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. Okay. Well, let's investigate more of the boardwalk, shall we? Just see the rest of it. Why not? Ooh, we got ourselves the big, bars cover these long, dusty windows. Looks like we got the... Who the hell? Excuse me?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blond man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam.
He turns to
You
Lieutenant.
must be Kim Kisuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Huh.
Nice to meet you.
Lieutenant writes. Wait, what was that about the... Wait, hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young
He says
carve
it is something.
and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was that about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail, They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hands on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the helm of his father's coat, clutching to his warm-themed cuddling book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
Yeah.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
Really?
Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
Pats his son's head.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
Day off, huh?
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes to shield himself from the pattering rain. All four of you turn to a mild and mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
Don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
He adjusts his suit jacket.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era.
Huh.
Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines.
He gestures
But
towards the
Feld
building.
had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve.
He
I'm
grins.
mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a
He pauses
tape
for effect.
computer.
A tape computer.
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer.
Tape computer, huh?
Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced. What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market.
He nods.
Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
He pauses, pointing to the other building, then continues.
All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys.
He smiles
But
again
this
as if
story
someone
is a bit
personally
too
smiles for
dark
brief
for
turn
little
events.
Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Huh.
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Turn to Mikhail. He means they all died at the hands of the communists.
Officer,
He sounds
I told
disappointed.
you this chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet. Let's keep this kid friendly.
The boy looks first at you, then back at his father, confused.
Saying that Field Electrical built this boardwalk? Look on your feet.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky.
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
If only.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinaise was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
Kind of, in some respects, this part of town's like Detroit, you know. Home of, you know, the big motor city, you know, of cars. Now it's fallen into disarray. Although the methods of how it fell into disarray are very much different. What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications.
He says,
but
with a sense
also
looks
to
up
write and
out of
send
a
out
trillion
press
corners
releases.
more
The
view
most
kind of
notorious example being Le Decay de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
Ah.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it.
He looks at
Tried
his son,
to.
starts giggling,
Someone was
his
much
face
too
in
interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
How do those tape computers work?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
He raises his finger, remembering something.
Buckle up.
10 years ago,
Here we go.
I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje.
Wompty
It
Dumpty
raised the same
Dum?
questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum?
Yeah, that's the part I was hanging on as well.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay, the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center, Paul Ackerman, Keith and Guy Juiced. What are you talking about?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art.
There it is again, those
the
words.
exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making... Come on, you're making this up. Turns to your Lieutenant Kim, is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is
He
a
says
place
casually.
you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
He curses float. Yes, my favorite art place, the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool.
He
Though I
agrees.
understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07.
Wait, the failed playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
He takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind. Well then, let me just level up. It was suggestion, right? Let me check something. Check my map real quick. God, there is a lot of shit to go through. Let me just go all the way down. I'm pretty sure it was suggestion, right? I'm pretty sure it was suggestion for the washer. Yep, it was. Okay, good. Suggestion. Level up. Yep. I want to have something else.
But of course. What else?
He smiles and ruffles his kid's hair. You look like someone who has money. You have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
Brushes it off like it's not a thing at all.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling. No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
Could I have some of that important money then?
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms.
He looks uncomfortable, his left son squeezing his son's shoulder.
I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
By the way, do you work out?
I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then.
Lo Mantang stick fighting is a form of martial arts originating from the island of Lo Mantang. It uses slender wooden sticks for confronting the opponent.
A form of martial arts from the Isle of Mantang, right?
Actually, a great many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the sacred Mabolo tradition of the Harley people. The name deriving from the butterfruit tree traditionally used for crafting the long, slender sticks, whereas the sticks used in other cultures...
You doze off as he paints you a comprehensive picture of the history of stick fighting among mankind.
Wow.
Seasoning it with unexpected pop culture references. Man, he's good at speaking. People must love him.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm
He
boring you
says
with
it a
details
charming
again.
project.
You were saying?
So. I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested in practice. I just want to know how often you work out now and then. It's what, like once a week?
Lomantang stick fighting is a little like a Berolidin addiction.
He explains
I've
with
been
a smile.
practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar.
Wait, what does this man know about Pyrrolidon addiction?
Hold on. Porphodon addiction. What an interesting metaphor. Study his face. Or perhaps not a metaphor at all?
You got me, detective.
He chuckles
But
before
my
a shadow
history
takes hold
should
of his
hardly come
face.
as a surprise.
Really?
Here's a former junkie. I can recognize when I see it.
Ah, working out as a form of withdrawal.
Dad's fighting with
Suddenly
sticks
Widow
every
Mecca
night
opens mouth.
after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that and a special costume.
That's right, Mikhail. It
Sharon
also
grabs
has
his
a
game,
meditative
seeing what he
quality.
embraced.
Helps to
Happy to
clear
change
my
the
head.
subject.
But anyway,
He says, swaying with his hand. Great. Thank you for all that interesting information.
no, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided.
Yeah.
He did the talking. Whatever.
Alright. So let me check my brain. Oh yeah, the fair weather. The Wompty Domp Dom Center. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wonder Twins Guy and Keith Juice are the stars of the show, with their bomber jackets and white sneakers, head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wompty Dom D Dominiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSPVD'd. Where are you if you're not there? Jeez. Alright. Alright, let me check out some of this, then I can go back to the washerwoman. Look at this.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Tomorrow's just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Lieutenant raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big.
Indeed.
There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she
10
could
points
be in
behind
the
you.
identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Why single out this one building?
Ooh. Shivers, eh? Interesting. Another powder box. Church is nothing now. It's empty. What the hell are these? Locked boxes, huh? Oh hey, the fence blocks the path. No way on from here. There's the husband. There he is. Okay. Well,
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Try to see inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Huh.
There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? Point at the windows.
No.
Shakes his head.
I
The
won't
windows
even
are under
try.
fires.
You know,
He takes his glasses off.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes. Because he had to show me things.
Damn.
It's that bad.
Can you still shoot though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Huh. Means you're just a quick draw, Hank. Alright. I want to get to the end of this place, because there was something over here. You know what? Let's just go back to the lady. Try to get her signature at least. What the hell? Kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere in the eyes. Let's see what the hell that is. God, there are just so many things to investigate. It's a big ass area here. Now what is this over here? Looking back at you from the rust-covered water, you. Okay, let's go back to the babushka lady. The babushka. Go, 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 go. Here we go.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you.
She says after
But
looking
it's
at the
going
jacket
to
over.
take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
Ooh.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Tenant says webbing is fine. Oh yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one.
She nods, handing the jacket
It's
back to you.
pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
Okay. 58. Let's go for it.
Logic
Bingo.
and reason won't work on this old bat. Better go for shameless emotional manipulation.
Oh boy.
What's the grandmother's deepest vulnerability? The grandmother card will do the trick. Last chance to turn back.
I need my gun back. I'm so sorry. What's going to happen to Owain's kids? The twins and little Willie.
What do you mean? What's going to happen? We are gonna grow up, of course. I raised my own kids in this village, and they are doing fine for themselves.
Are they here now?
No,
The old woman
they
says,
moved
crowding
to
eyes turn
Faubourg for
sideways.
work.
And what do you think Lillian's kids are going to do when they grow up?
Well, I imagine they'll grow up and live too.
You've got her. Now just reel her in.
And then what?
Then,
The old woman exhales. She stares at the ground, unable to finish the thought.
Wait. Let her come to it herself.
Say nothing.
I don't believe the Fat Man's Youth Center is going to change anything. But what other choice do we have? It's not like the coalition government is coming to save us. I won't be around much longer anyway. Not
No.
with the dampness in my bones.
She looks at her knees.
If they want to take a chance, who am I to stop them?
Nod.
Did you say something?
She squints at you. I said you can start by signing these papers. I've got a pen right here. Hand her the documents.
Reluctantly, she takes the pen from your hand, scribbles her name on the line, and hands everything back to you.
See that you didn't just get us all schooled. I might be half blind, but I have a good memory for treachery.
Lieutenant
Let's
gives you
go
what he
in.
says.
He's not dissatisfied with you, but with himself.
Goodbye, I'm off. God damn it. This windbreaker is like a protective cocoon, placing the wearer's torso into a pocket universe where wind, water, dirt, and fire cannot harm them. Huge writing, 100% synthetic, is proudly displayed on the chest. It lets absolutely no air through. Warning, item not actually fireproof. God damn it. How this game makes me feel so fucking horrible about myself. Weathering stone, well worn and covered in rust. God damn it. Red curtains have been drawn shut. No looking in. But I need my fucking gun back, man. I need the damn gun back. All for the sake of the case and construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. God, I feel fucking horrible about myself, but, I mean... What can I do? You know, I need that gun back. Fucking Everard. But there is a chance that, even though Everard is shitty as all shit, maybe, I don't know, there is some good within him. Maybe it's not all just pure. Feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Church. Sign reading Saint Bernard 1147. The church. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. More money. An altar shrouded in dark, or something like that. It's too dark to tell. So let me check my notebook. Looking for Ruby brought you to a meal that you somehow think is important. Inspect it thoroughly. Gotcha. Put the envelope in the mailbox in the plaza. Okay. Let me enter the church, then. I want to still investigate
Heavy
this.
wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Run your hand over a beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Take a closer look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead.
It's an interesting sticker.
There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
What makes it so modern?
It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, you get the sense the forces of future are at work here.
Have you seen this symbol before? Point to it.
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
What is suggestive of junior delinquency here?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
I agree. It's very modern, but does the cheery guy not know he's dead? Or does the dead guy not care that he is? What is the source of the irony here?
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Try to peel off the sticker without whipping it. 92.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Damn it. Shake it off your thumb and throw it in the wind.
Au revoir, sticker.
Rattle the doors to see if they open, or inspect the staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
Kim, do you happen to have a pry bar?
Yes, there's a toolbox in the kinema.
At that church we mean overhead.
But maybe we should circle the building and look for another way in first. The building has seen enough mistreatment.
There is a touch of guilt in his voice.
Should we start with that kick drum coming from the ice? Heard a sound before.
Yes, the pulsing bass.
He raises his hand
The
to his
sure
ear.
sign of junior delinquency. Somewhere east of here.
There's something on the sea ice there.
Rattle the doors to see if they open.
Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work. Do you think our suspect is hiding inside?
He raises his sight to the darkened windows overhead. She might be. It's worth checking out anyway.
The lieutenant nods silently.
Leave. Okay. Now let's take a look around the church, shall we? It's because I saw a little something over here. There we go. Giant rock. With $2 on it. And a bunker. The hell's a bunker doing here? These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. Chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sound
this is the W.
The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot at the coast.
Tim Twix sit
She
there
said
and
it was for
concrete
moving
toad in front
ammo
of
and
them.
cargo across the bay. This might be it.
It may have been used to serve as an aerostatic battleship in the atmosphere, or a fortification, like a sea fort in the bay.
Could this structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how.
He looks out from
church
both
isn't
his
the way.
fingers. Well, if there was a shot to be taken, would have probably taken from the church instead. Let's go down all the way to like the end of the coast. Here we go. All the way down here. Cigarette butts, cleaned away in their walk. Brand Tormenty. Ticament on a Tormenty. Seems important somehow. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. Ooh. Busted broken control box for a radio relay tower. Riders too rusty to climb. The sea air is eating away at it. Wait to coordinate flow traffic in the bay. Barely. A tie? Scented scarf. +1 shivers. Ooh. Tiny inlets there, off in the far distance, where the posts trail forward. Oh, damn, I have a lot of boxes for clothes. This white springtime scarf smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Someone must have left it behind. Probably from a date. Wear it if you want to delude yourself that spring has arrived. Springtime cold. -2. Allergies. We're gonna have to need that for the Shivers challenge over there. Okay. Is there anything else around here? Anywhere where the shot might have been taken from? On the ice now. Oop. The board rises itself. Casts a long shadow over you. Okay, more ice. More of that. Okay, let's keep investigating the church then. Because I wanna find the spots where the sniper could have possibly taken the shot from. Except we can't get behind the church. Okay. Let's see where we are in the map. Okay, so we're pretty much right here. Like this exact spot. We haven't gone up to the reel, but like it's gone by this point, looks like. Okay. Let's see. Just take heed of that drum on the ice over here, looks like. Full of holes. Could the post hide treasure? Look inside. Ooh. Alcohol. Potent pisnai. Well, I'll take it. But, it looks like we have some youth over here. Before your drawbridge, can only be lured from the other side. And a bunch of fucking money as well. Also, these hit a lot of shit. Money, more money, more money, pills, more money. God damn. I am fucking getting rich as shit here. More money. God damn, kids. Hiding all your shit over here, huh? Alright, well. School of fish huddle around the fence posts, then scatter into the dark. Okay, well, doesn't look like a way to get over here from... Is there any way to... Yep, there is actually a way over here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Very nice. Must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Okay. Okay, now we're at the back of the church. Cool. Now, who is this guy?
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
She looks up at you, distracted.
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I should, and I do, point at your hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Now that's all cleared up, I have some questions for you.
Sorry, man. My mind was elsewhere.
She puts the device
Shoot.
down. Have you seen a red-haired woman around?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
What's your name?
Estelle.
Estelle.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
And your surname?
Why?
I'm from the police. It's for the paperwork.
Okay, it's
She
Berger.
hesitates.
A very common name. You have little reason to doubt that's a real name, but she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
What's the device you have there?
This
She pleads
is
on
a
her freezing
portable
fingers.
recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
It's a contact microphone.
A contact mic records sounds from inside things. like this ice.
Ah.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Yeah? Any news on my wife's name? How about my mother?
No.
Of course.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Encyclopedia. How's that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-born sound, if you like technobabble.
Where'd you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum?
She forgets herself
It's
for a
the
moment.
coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole.
Huh, okay.
It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds like a place for congregating homosexuals. Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno Bert guy?
Oh yeah.
She looks you
Guess
over
you wouldn't
just
know
in
Van
age.
Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
Means I'm hip beyond my years.
That's cool.
She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say. Never mind. Let's talk about that contact mic instead.
Sure.
Some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
She scratches her forehead. Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Probably drugs.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
What are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape.
Damn.
It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, you're cold.
Lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Lieutenant backs up, throws you a glance. Now this is where a hat would come in handy.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat.
Well, I mean, I have multiple hats. Can I just give her one of mine? You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is?
That?
She nods towards a
The
church.
boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid.
She pauses.
It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
Ah, the church.
And who are these boys?
The boys.
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold?
Yep.
She
They were
squints her
pretty.
eyes a little.
I'm sorry we sold those.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
I have some other questions.
Go ahead.
Ooh. You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questioned. Why's that?
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Have you been questioned before?
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revershaw experience they get east of the river.
What's east of the river?
Rich people. Rich people are east of the river.
I bet they're really rich. They must be very special people to be so rich.
Oh, they are. And I'm scum.
You're not scum.
Oh, but I am.
So what trouble you've gotten into with the police?
The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager.
That's the usual.
You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
Ah.
Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge.
Wait, what is in Fallberg?
Is this a rhetorical question?
Why did you need to move out at such tender age?
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
Drinking, partying, disco music are bad for you. Should take me as a warning example.
She nods very cautiously.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become, like, a club. For anodic dance music. Like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Elysium.
Huh.
Except that, yeah.
She looks at the old one church up on the poles as a mean wind comes blowing. The 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. So you want to turn the church into a club?
I know.
She nods
It's not
towards the
my
socket
idea.
Nassau coast and
Andre and the
shivers.
boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it.
Oh?
Hey, you two are
Black
cops.
eyes wind. Yes, what do you ask?
Okay, well,
She hesitates.
maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys. Because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk to them.
They're inside that thing there. Would
She
be
points
cool
at
if
a
you
tent.
did. Was there something else?
Did you put the padlock in the church door?
No,
No.
not really, no.
She's trying to get out of a direct
Ah.
lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock on the door.
Okay, if you personally didn't, then who did?
Yeah, you know, that's what I meant. Noid did. Noid put the padlock on the door.
Wait, is this Noid a friend of yours?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Why did this Noid person put a padlock in the church door?
To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry.
She rattles
It's
her
got the
teeth.
worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about him, he'll tell ya.
What is Andoric dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Electronic instruments, like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
So like a mix of EDM music and fuck it, I don't know.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like. If it ever comes.
If it ever. Enough about the church then. And another question.
Go ahead.
That's it for now.
Okay, bye.
She turns her attention back to the recording device. Well then. Tools. A sturdy bottle of beer that tastes like piss. Now that you would know how piss tastes, wait, just a guess. It will says it's made in Levichal by Wayfeld Potent Brewery. At least I got the secret task done, huh? Who would have thought? Who would have fucking thought indeed? Find morale. Okay. Well, alright. Well, I mean, shit, we're already over here. More tribalism markings. Post is covered in little humanoids. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. Trash from some unending party. Alright, let's see what type of guys. Painted with pastels, someone's trying to bring cheer into the world. Also, I should probably knock this over so I can get across more easily.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge.
It's interesting
Could be
color.
convenient.
It's cool, please. Push the entire
The
over.
pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Boop. Alright. Well, it's... Someone's home away from home. Just like yours. Well, let's check out Andre. See what the hell the boy's
tent
into.
is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Oh boy.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Well, at least they're welcoming.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Squeeze him.
Sorry,
Points
we
his
barely
phone to
have room
Lieutenant.
for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I think you're younger than me, Ken.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze him. Alright. It turns out it's way fucking bigger on the inside somehow. It's like the TARDIS from Doctor Who. Wow, this is not big at all. So it's like what and water churn plus a trace of ether. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. Label says distilled. Pile of nasal sprays. Brand name Nosified Ultra. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music.
You see
Oh,
a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Yeah, this is one hell of a British delinquent if I've ever seen one.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
Yeah.
The young man with
Noid.
earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably andronic music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Pipeline.
That means
Yeah.
they haven't set up a single one yet.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
Yeah?
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. The place is pretty bad. Oh, was there something you wanted? Your friend Essie said there was a problem with the church.
Oh, so you've met her? Good, good.
He nods.
Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property.
Nah.
I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Ah, so junkies.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
He angry spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The world.
You know what? I can get behind Egghead.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
What do you exactly mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Jawohl, indeed, Egghead.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police
Turn
matter.
to you.
Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically. Help wherever start a nightclub, alright.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchange giddy looks.
Exil told me Noid put the padlock in the door. Why?
I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Ooh. The speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden cool infused move, tossing in your general direction. 72%. Be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies towards you. Come on.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Catch it.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
You know what? Play it cool. Thanks, man.
The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
He shrugs. How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
Yeah, I catch your drift.
I knew you'd get it. You're one smart cop.
I get by. Now where was I with that padlock?
He nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
Better safe than sorry. Anything more you can tell me?
Yes.
There's
also
instance.
the machinery.
Machinery?
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
Really?
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
Huh.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
The woman. Wet hair, maybe? A warrior woman?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
But not really.
Oh, the
Brown
lads.
hair. Old. Heavy, dark sides.
So which one is it?
What Noid said.
Okay. So brown and older, Ruby might have dyed her hair, though it seems like a stretch at this point.
What was that about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost? Do you know what it means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man.
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
Okay.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behavior.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures, and not known for climbing walls.
Are you sure that there was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time.
Huh.
But I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
So he hasn't even been in there lately.
Okay.
Is he afraid?
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
There probably is no grab.
Yeah.
Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dope heads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Well, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now,
First
I'm
is bad.
70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you.
He makes
Where
little
do you think
quotation
the
marks
drugs
with his
come
fingers
from?
when he says technology. Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
You mentioned some kind eccentricies own the church, or these eccentricies.
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Okay. Now human me, Andre. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the
Process.
custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want to quote for Endornic music in one of their churches?
Totally.
There's no trace of doubt in his voice.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Love indeed.
Unity. Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up and looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious he will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat. Nod your head.
Feels good.
Yeah. I guess love can be pretty hardcore. I actually am tapping my feet.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around.
He nods at his
You're
friend,
getting
turns to you with a mischievous grin. I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse, you look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
True.
And where is your posse, detective?
Damn.
Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
Sounds like you're just saying random things. Love, posse, make noise.
Are we?
He looks at you mysteriously.
Yeah!
The one with the large head really enjoys that one of his friends gets mysterious. I now understand it. It was lame of me to suggest otherwise. Endornic music is about love, and so is the Perkinsonian Church. Proceed.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
Indeed.
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let
Oh
the
no.
disco happen! Bring that disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
Thank you, Necktie. I want to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
Nice. What's with all the nosiped?
The what now?
He wins into here, Barrow. Point at the bottles of nasal spray in the corner. The Nosiped Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra.
Yeah.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
Sound fine to me.
Yes.
And
That's
that's
what
interjected.
Nosafed's doing. Without the noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Good. Now on to the next thing.
Yes. What?
So you bought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying
Yeah.
to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Hate to tell you, but it weeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
Picks up a piece of telephone code and inspects it. Wait, I also smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No.
It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent, like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic
Yeah.
scientist to guess it's drug related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now.
Yeah.
At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
Because I take in all of them. Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically,
Ooh.
no doubt a little relieved.
Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Ah, damn it. Convinced you're a smart cop. Unexplained ether smell, unexplained nosafed. That's it for now.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
Alright. You know what? I'll take a shot at this, shall I? Shall I indeed? Where is my logic? Where is my logic at? There's my logic right there. Let's see, anything else to give me logic? Oh, the jacket as well. Yep. Alright. Well, fucking look at me. But anyway, I'll take a look.
How things going?
He looks excited. Tips of his hair are sharp and white. The bleach has consumed almost all of the toothbrush in the mirror in front of him. Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Take a moment to analyze.
Well,
Yeah.
first of all, you're a smart cop, and a smart cop like you would understand if something wasn't quite right. So this should be easy.
Rub your chin. What's the gist of it?
The gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind. This is going well.
Yeah, dude.
Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out.
Okay.
As always,
Do that.
we'll be right here, waiting.
Alright. Maybe talk to the others.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox where carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He winds his hand through his hair, which has come back in mock seriousness. Continues to fiddle with some gears. Sign.
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Continues to rearrange his tools. Saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Why describe it if you already know what I mean?
So I can hear you do it. Sometimes the outside gaze helps us reflect on things.
Noid, don't bother our guests with your games.
Piss off, Andre. Me and Mr. Cop are trying to discuss art.
You shouldn't talk like that.
I don't mind a little foul language here and there.
Cool. The ban on foulness. That's the moralist plot to alienate us from our bodily functions so they can control us more fully. Anyhow, what was the sticker like?
Okay, it's a yellow circle, the human face, with X's for eyes and a smile underneath. I think the X's mean the guy's dead.
Good, good. What did you want to
He
know?
likes what he's hearing. What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by a classical soul artist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous.
The echo
of man's loss, haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
Come up with this stuff by yourself?
Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium.
Ah.
The beat is the same for all.
I think we've exhausted the subject for now.
I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
What about now? Are the signs all right now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
What?
You heard me.
He examined a small metal bolt in his hand. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff.
Cringes.
Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
The supernatural. So you think it's real? That actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of a rigid.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay, maybe I'll come back later. Now talk to
A young
Egghead.
man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega!
Alright.
Here comes the night!
Could there have been a right way out of this dark forking path?
Ooh, solve the egghead puzzle. What is the egghead puzzle? Talk to you just haven't found it. It's now. Okay, fine. Go for it again.
The young man.
This is hardcore.
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibba-dee, skibba-danger. I am the rearranger.
Damn, alright.
Your cop training did not prepare for this. What to do?
Okay. I want to solve the egghead.
Back to the heavyweight jam.
Says the young man with a tape player and the large borderways boots, lung-shaped trees sprout on his silver belt buckle.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
What is it? I mean, really?
Yeah!
This young man has a capital G before the H in his yegs and args.
Yegs.
This produces a guttural, Gotwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it.
Okay.
Or maybe it's not Gotwaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right
So,
now?
this is the famous Van Eyck I'm hearing?
You know about him?
He moves his mouth, but sound doesn't come out. His eyes are the size of saucers. Looks like you've rendered him speechless. Oh shit.
You know Van Eyck?
Yeah, I'm a major yak head.
Wow.
The skinny wraith looks at you with some disbelief.
So am I! So am I!
He begins to shake his head so everyone would understand.
Oh.
Entree almost falls over backward
why
from the
they call
realization.
you Egghead? Because
Egghead to the mega! Decay became the G!
Wow.
The became the man! The Advent?
Wow,
We're close.
says the young man, tape player in the large borders and boots.
True, hard, full, car!
Say nothing.
Hard car!
Still say nothing.
Car to the mega!
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the Rolling Wags hostel. Still saying nothing.
All car! Alright! Yeah!
Say nothing.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized war over the feebleish, obviously not too hardcore B-blow. So hardcore!
Is it though?
He's upset in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is!
What is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl.
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say exactly.
Under the radar, over the top.
I gotta figure this guy out.
Be close. True, hard, full, car.
Say nothing.
Hard car.
Still say
Hard
nothing.
car to the mega.
Alright.
Here comes the
Okay. Say nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Coherent.
Nay, nothing.
Alright, yeah.
Please tell me, what exactly are you doing?
Gotta get the people going.
I see.
Yeah, request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible.
God damn it, I'm now really curious about this. What the? Say nothing. 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 Nothing.
He
Nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large
No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question?
Oh, okay. I feel like I'm getting there. Okay. Nothing. 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 Nothing.
He furrows his
The question is, what is the question?
Just answer the question.
But there was no question.
Oh.
Be close.
Answer the question? Fuck it.
Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the Rolling Wags hostel.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
You said that before. Why is this Yakota the place to be? What does that mean?
Yakokata is a hardcore place.
Okay. Alright, Egghead, I'm getting somewhere, I feel like. Nothing. Nothing. Behind us. Beginning to think this really doesn't have anything to do with the case.
It's the message, so listen and you will see. No illusion. The spirit is what you feel.
Okay. Also, let me put on my outfit back on. Let me get my dick mole on. Put on my... I see him. Okay. A little bit more. We're almost there. We're almost there. Nothing. 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 Nothing.
He furrows his
So hardcore. Yeah, I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
Okay.
We're close. True.
Almost there. Nothing. 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 So hardcore. It is.
What is it? I mean, really.
He tilts his head to the other side like an owl. The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns and starts bobbing his head back and forth once more.
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51.
Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
Not hardcore.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
It's Porto, not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cop! I think you might be right, but how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
I can't help with you this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
He's not even the slightest bit disappointed. Why are there lungs in your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
L'amour, la compassion, la auto-discipline.
Love!
He suddenly yells and
In
the
a
word seems to
woman's
stop.
lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
Wow.
A dopamine surge accompanies words. It feels like electricity flowing down your scalp, dissipating into your neck. Feels good. Like a spark of life in that moribund sponge you call your body.
Love, baby. Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
So you're not a thought reader. You're a communist?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Ah.
Yeah! With a rebel yell!
Best not to be a communist. Having extreme views on issues is detrimental to understanding all sides.
Oh, sure. I can do that.
He
If
nods.
you want that, I can avoid taking a stand.
Please don't turn him into a moralist. I don't even know what to say to that.
Don't be a moralist. Wait, what am I saying? You should consider your choice. Don't be a moralist. That path requires a sensible examination of all nuances unattainable to... Oh. I mean, don't be a moralist. Wait, what am I saying? You should consider your choice carefully and rationally. He yells. You guess Egghead's a moralist now? Does that mean you're a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah.
Yeah! Revershot imperative!
Unless you were thinking Revershot imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with Eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
You're right, I wasn't thinking that.
Hardcore superstar!
Tell me something else, Egghead.
It's time to compromise!
He looks at you with an almost impossibly wide, shining grin, looking to see if you approve. Almost there. Could use just a bit more something.
Incremental change!
Appropriate.
I'm swiftly moving toward a solution which pleases nobody.
You feel Jermaine Egghead's smile is too enthusiastic, but it'll have to do for now.
Is your real name Jermaine?
Dark Horde Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Ah.
Basically, yes it is.
Alright, goodbye, Egghead.
Alright! Here comes the night!
How interesting indeed. Help waivers and sync the signs of nod. Alright, time to get the hell out of here. I spent like an hour in there. I had to solve the mystery of Egghead, huh? But I feel like this is a good stopping point right here, folks. Shit, I feel like we've accomplished a lot Not in terms of the case, but just exploring the fishing village and the like. Also, we have to check out Morel, the cryptozoologist, mail in the thing for Everard so we can get our gun back, yada yada. But we'll save all of those for next time and still search for Ruby, who may be in that large electrical building. But anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this type of content, hit that subscribe button. If you liked it, hit the like button. Want to tell me something, put that in comments below. Check out Discord server I'm going in, or my Twitter. Check the description below. And yeah, it's been Voidlego. I'll see you guys next time. See ya!